Jackson, come work this thing. Me want to listen to Gregory Fabulous right now.
Real Talk Wednesday.
Real talk.
An hour a day with the Dread UK, Monday to Friday. On Monday,
Reggae Traffic,
on Tuesday,
Retro and Revival,
on Wednesday,
Real Talk.
on Thursday,
Promote the thing.
on Friday.
Feel Good Friday.
The Dread UK production YouTube channel. Real talk and real music right here.
Real Talk Wednesday.
Yes, greetings. Welcome and manners. It's yours truly, Gregory Fabulous, in the chair on a Real Talk Wednesday. You don't know, say yo. Anyway, yeah, we'll soon get
I listen to y'all at work. I listen to you in my car.
Gregory Fabulous.
Gregory Fabulous.
Gregory Fabulous.
Yeah, man. You're listening to Gregory Fabulous. Oh, yeah. I Gregory Fabulous, I play.
Gregory Fabulous.
Yes, welcome to another Real Talk, and welcome to all of my viewers and subscribers. Large up to all and each and every one of you lovely and nice and decent people out there. Yes, it's Wednesday and now we do our thing. Is a Real Talk Wednesday, and you don't know, so yeah, before I even get into anything, I'm going to send out special prayers and thoughts going out to Josephine and her family in their time right now. Yeah, you don't know, say, not more I can really say on that, but boy, I say more strength to the whole of the family, you know what I mean, through them trying times at the moment. See, so prayers and heartfelt wishes going out to you guys out there. See, large up to each and every one inside the place. Now, yeah, we've got a few subjects we're going to touch on today, and namely, it's about how, you know, the mainstream one view narrative is coming across crystal clear. Yeah, I'll give you an insight to what I mean. Now, is a whole, as you know, they already look on black people as the people who invented violence and these sort of things. And you know, there was a disturbing post last week, and it was disturbing. It was all over the internet. Yeah, a young girl being rushed outside the school, and like the people who was rushing her, the little girls who was rushing her, yeah, the family was there egging it on. It was a big thing on the internet and everything. All right, and you don't know, so yeah, there's a few things that got to me with the mainstream media to how they was doing it, and then I'll get to how the rest of the comments was going as well, because it's really weird that we know that we're living with these people in this country here thinking on this narrative here, and the only reason why I think they think like that is because what's been pushed to them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Now, you could see the speed and efficiency of how things gone. Yes, they arrested the family, and that was the last we heard. They got arrested. And, you know, and then even with some of my people as well, I didn't see the point of going outside the people them's house when they've been arrested to go and protest outside their house, making up noise down the road. That don't make sense. And then on top of it as well, what I did see from this video was the casual form on how the headmaster and everybody else was there, and then they went in there casually and broke the girl and said, right, you could almost see, well, that's enough. But it was casual, slow business. When the police came down there, they casually walked towards the scene because they knew what was going on beforehand. Now, you know, if that was in a different situation and different scenarios, police are rushing there like it's an emergency, because it was an emergency, especially for that young girl. Yeah? Then you can get onto the comments of what was seen there. That's why I said, boy, I just don't understand. I don't understand. You see, like, you see some of the comments where people's trying to justify this thing here. Yeah? You hear comments like, oh, yeah, we heard that the girl was bullying another girl and this and that and one, boom, boom. And then you heard another rumour saying, no, she was sticking up for a girl who the perpetrators was bullying all the time. So they gang her and fight her outside the school. We don't know how it go. If all of those theories, it doesn't justify anybody's child being beaten up outside of school and parents are there egging it on. Yeah? So I don't know where these people come with these comments. I just don't understand it. I can't fathom. You know what I mean? Because it was disgusting. Even like they was bringing the little pickney there, so to say, yeah, go on, kick her, do this. Come on, man. Is that where society's got to now? You know? And then there wasn't that much fuss about it at all with the media. All you heard is, yeah, the family got arrested. Yeah, and the school didn't open the next day. Didn't hear nothing about any officials getting, you know what I mean, or no investigation or any update from this thing. Yeah? It's just put down like that. Now, do it into comparison, yeah? Onto the news that was just filtering through yesterday, yeah? A transgender little girl or whatever the something is, yeah? They must have stabbed it to death in a park in Cheshire now, yeah? And them arrest 2 teenage picnic, one boy and one girl, 14 and 15 between the two of them, yeah? And you know what them get charged for? Murder. Already. Them already have the charge out and I say, yes, they can confirm that they've been charged for murder. You look at the comparison. I'm thinking, but that's a bit strange, isn't it? Look how quick you can come to a decision and do that. But all we hear when the little girl they get beat up like that, you're just hearing people trying to justify it and this and that, which I don't see it. And even all the rumours, it doesn't justify nobody getting beaten outside of a school. So I don't understand that. Yeah, it's really, really bad. And it's pushed by the Western media with their one narrative. Because you notice, because they jumped on the buzzword of the moment, transgender. Do you see how quick the system works? Because it was transgender. And teenage transgender at that. I mean, like, how do you become teenage transgender if the people them ain't forcing all of this business in you from primary school? And this is what I've been talking about. And they are winning. Their campaign is bigger than anything else right now. Transgender, LGBT, whatever them call the alphabet people. Imagine. Look how long black people they are struggle from how long. And them people, they jump on the back wagon of any protest where we do as black people, you will see them come out there with them little rainbow flag and I run round. And I say, yeah. And look how them just push through them agenda one time. So it's all going into the school curriculum. Yeah, but there's some things which the media don't show you. Yeah? I got some clips of what they don't show you. Yeah, because they are busy pushing a one narrative. You know what I mean? So you know how it goes already. Yeah, they keep certain things hush hush. Yeah, because it spoils the narrative of to what they're saying. You see, now they've just showed it and they've charged the people for murder. So they've gone all out to show this community that that they're really serious on crimes against them, hate crime. Now, you're going to sit down there and try and tell me when they beat up that little girl outside the school, that wasn't a hate crime. That wasn't provocative. When members of the public is stopping there and helping abuse as well. I remember even in the video, I'm not even going to show that video there because I don't, you know, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, it's sickening. Yeah. I'm sure all of you guys have seen it, yeah? And I'm just giving you my opinion on it right now. Yeah, and it's a bias system. Yeah, where is the lack of what's going on with this system here? What you're ramming down these throats of behaviors that we are supposed to adhere to. There you go. Look at that now. It's real terrible. Yeah. Look at I tell you. You see, this thing has been going on a long time against our children. Yeah. All parents out there, if you got Sky and you got Nickelodeon and you've got all of those things there, I suggest you don't make your children watch them things there. Don't let them watch it. No time at all. Don't let them watch these things. This is the way in towards your life when you're there trying to teach your children truths and rights, and then you go and put them in front of Nickelodeon and this and that. They're getting a whole different teaching. Yeah. When you take them to school now they're ramming all of this nonsense down their throat in school when they should be teaching the children how to read, write, quantum physics and this and that. Look, take example from the Chinese children and this and that, and even some Jewish children, and when they go to their Hebrew schools and this and that. Do you think that they have a problem with this kind of foolishness going into the curriculum? I bet you top dollar they don't have that problem. Yeah, I bet you top dollar the top money schools, like you know, the schools where he's running the country and this and that, they don't have that teaching in their curriculum. You know, they don't have it. So we've got to look at these things here. You know, we've got to take a look. We don't have it. I named my show, "If You Get the Chop, It Won't Grow Back." I mean, like, that's just basic reality. It's not gonna grow back if you chop it off. You know, I can remember the early days of this stage here. Do you remember back in the days, guys, when, you know, you used to hear about people in a relationship and say, like, you know, the man's there and the female don't want no children, so she's gonna go and make him have a vasectomy. I said, oh my God, what is wrong with people? And then the media and everything used to make it like, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you know, just cut your manhood off. Yeah, the very thing of you being a man, the very thing of you being a man is to create legacy and bring offspring. So you're gonna chop it off for the sake of what? Some relationship. Then what? So we are gonna go there so far? Just go broke your back? No, go on. You look crazy, blood. And then some people went through with this, you know. They went through with it because their wife would leave them. If they didn't go and get the vasectomy and go and get the snip, yeah, their wife would leave them. Yeah? Me, if I saw, go on about your business. Oh, what you talk about? You just tell me no, to be with a woman, you have to stop being a man. And this is what they was talking about from them times, because it was all modern man when they was trying out man to wear skirt and all kind of thing. Excuse the Scottish because they used to wear their kiln thing, their traditional thing. That's a different thing. That wasn't seen as a feminine thing when them wear them thing. But then they try make man wear skirt as a fashion. You know what I mean? They even had David Beckham posing in it one time. You remember all that? And look how far it's gone from them little introductions of certain things. They got certain celebrities to endorse this doctrine. And this is what's going on right now. Yeah? And a lot of you folks are caught up with your favourite pop star, your favourite actor, actress, or whoever the celeb is. You know what I mean? That you're not seeing the real thing. They can't do no wrong. You know what I mean? But in fact, they are the worst because they're actually indoctrinating and poisoning next generations upon generations. Oh yes, it's okay to be confused like this. And then see it then, confusion reach. And then two little youths, then all of these youths there can't legally have sex and can't legally vote or this and that. And then between the three of them kill one because one confused is a transgender from boy to girl. And you know what I mean? And then it's a boy and a girl apparently do the deed. So them charge the boy and the girl for the murder. Why, what a confusion. You ever hear anything like this? So when you see the narrative of it, straight business is going to be persecuted over this business here. They've already had LGBT community visuals over this thing already. Yeah? And they're going to make a point that they all get bullied and get dealt with in this way, so it's dangerous for them. So you're going to see more and more laws about this thing. Manu, welcome to the place. Josephine, welcome. Mandy, welcome to the place. Yeah? You don't know, sir. You're going to see more and more. It's big and serious. And it's all down to the one narrative that the majority of people is being brainwashed to think. So now people's not even thinking straight. Yeah? Now, violence on the road is acceptable. It's not, it's never has been acceptable. Never has been. You know? Never has been. Even the press over here, they've treated violence like it's black people who invented violence. I mean, like they made a movie with the Craigs and all of that. You know what I mean? They never made no black movie with no black violence. Yeah, they've got mafia movies, they got all of this and that, but yet still, when we're here in England, like I'm saying, the law set like we, as black people, invented violence. Look at how it's reported. Yeah, we could go back to Stephen Lawrence. Yeah, when they killed off Stephen Lawrence, before they investigate and find out who's doing it, they're probably looking in to see if he's in gang activity. This is how it works for us as black people here. And we now notice it. They're spreading it. They're spreading their thing all over, on all aspects of life. We've got to acknowledge this community here. We've got to acknowledge them. Yeah? And for years, you see, white supremacists, them, they're there. And for years they've been there. From when I was a youth, it was the National Front. You know what I mean? It was NF, mate. And then they turned to all different things with all different agendas. Basically, not liking foreigners on a territory or somebody over their skin tone. So we know that. And the media backs it. Yeah, because if we sit down there and talk about issues as a black man, as I am, yeah, or as I'm recognized to be, as the label they've given I, yeah, if we talk about these issues, you get cancelled. You say, oh, you're a troublemaker. Oh, well, this and that. Oh, you know, slavery was abolished a long time ago. Oh, all the rest of it. All of the cliches. And then you now have this new group of people with their struggle has adopted those same sort of ways. Because if you question them, oh, you're a bigot. Oh, you're homophobic. Oh, you're this and that. You're transphobic. Oh, rah, 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 rah. So it seems to me, anytime you talk the truth to a group of individuals and they can't answer it, you just get name called. Nobody ain't sitting down and holding a reasoning and saying, well, okay, give me a real good argument as to why you feel so you can go against the laws of nature. Yeah? And it don't work. And we must accept it. If you want to be like that, then you do that in your own choice as an adult. That's what I'm saying. That's the sort of things you need to do as an adult. Yeah? You don't wait until like you go there now and you go to the primary schools now and now you want to show this to the children. So by the time they're discovering themselves, they're confused before they even reach the time of puberty. You've confused the children. Can't you see this? They know this. 1 second, let me reset this mic. It's making a little noise. Yeah. You know, it's a travesty. You know what I'm saying? So be aware, parents, you know, or walk one. Be aware, grandparents. Tell your youth them for tell your grandchildren them. Yo, it's forwarding and it's on a rapid. You just make the comparisons to yourself. You tell me what you think. Look at the speed. That young girl got beat up outside the school in Ashford, yeah? And, okay, yeah, they arrested the family, fair play, and that was only due to public demand. If nobody didn't film the video and do this and do that, the casual way that the headmaster went to break it up, the casual way that the police turned up, the casual thing on how they dealt with the situation, it's disgusting. And it doesn't put faith in our community to have faith in you to be serving and protecting anybody. You know what I mean? You look at the police's record recently. All they do is sit down there and apparently they just got people in there who's committing these hideous crime against women. Yeah? Nothing said. Too tough. Yeah, hush, 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 hush. The corruption what they got between the whole of them people there in the establishment. They try brush it under the carpet until when somebody exposes them. Yeah? Nothing said. Anything to do with the black community now, they blow it up sensationally to make it sound like if it's county lines or drugs gangs or, you know, the whole budum budum. Yeah. That's a one-way narrative. Now, I got some footage, right? I got some footage of some people who took the bait, yeah? And now they're living in one whirl of regret right now. Because like me say, if you chop it off, how it gonna grow back? Yeah? If you chop it off, how is it going to grow back? Yeah? And then there's woman who's trying to transition into man. Yeah? And then at the end of it now, they stop taking the hormone pills and say, oh, I don't want to be a man no more. I want to go back to my original thing. Then you left yourself in the middle of all kind of something. Because you start develop manly features because you take the hormone pills to look like a man and go on like a man. And then you decide so you don't want to be a man no more. So you turn into one something there. No reproduction. Eh? And then they're promoting this thing here as well. Oh, a child can have two dads and two mums. What kind of foolishness that, man, too? You see it? I don't understand. I don't understand. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you a few clips of some people who's actually took the bait and they're living in a whirl of regret because of it now. Because, you know what I mean? They was not thinking in their right mind consciously when they made that decision. And you know whom I would blame to that? I would blame today's society on that, because today's society is hell-bent on pushing this stuff on our children. And this is what I'm getting to see. They're hell-bent on pushing this stuff on our children. Now, don't know about you guys, but society's not showing a good light on how it's behaving. You have the little girl who's outside her school, yeah, meant to go to school to learn what they're learning, and then she's getting beaten up by a crowd. Parents egging her on, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So me I wonder. So you don't know, say, I saw the thing said. So I'm gonna show you this footage. Because like I say, I'm a man that come this and this footage is entitled Reversing the Transition. You see what I'm saying? I became a transgender, here's why I regret it. Yeah? So I'm gonna just play you this film first, eh? And it's a big old man attack scene, and this is what they should tell you when it comes to making choices with this. Yeah? I've just moved the screen over, and it's just for when you're making these choices, this is what you need to realize. You need to have both sides of the narrative and not the one side of the narrative, what is being pushed onto us, the straightforward people. You see it? Because now their movement's so powerful. They got the entertainment business, yeah. They got the film industry to acknowledge them. They've got all of these, the hip hop industry, it's leaking through. Yeah, the pop industry, what was their awards they just had there the other day? The Grammy Awards. They're all over the whole thing. Yeah, like their narrative must come across to us. Now, yeah, just like to the other day, now Sound Systems is playing under this thing here. When does it stop? No. Yeah. And me as a Rasta can tell people Rasta is not this church wielding thing what some people seem to think it is. Rasta is not that. It's a black liberation movement. Always has been, always will be. Yeah? This where people sit down there and want to hijack Bob Marley's lyric and put one love and put a rainbow on it and think, say, that's how you're coming through. No. No and no. Rasta don't mix up in that. Yeah? So when I see them things there, and when I see them things there, I talk it for real from the heart. Yeah? This misconception can't work. See? So I'm gonna put on this woman here, so see? There's something here, because I don't know when transfer from a man and turn into a woman. You see, from when you chop off your bits, you can't come back. Oh.
I lived 8 years as Laura Jensen until I woke up and realized that it was totally insane to live this out. The first time that it happened in the 50s was Christine Jorgensen, but Jenner took it to the next level, and then 2015 it began to explode.
Are you a woman?
Yes, for all intents and purposes, I am a woman. My brain is much more female than it is male.
Ladies and gentlemen, the courageous, the stunning Caitlyn Jenner.
We're ruining an entire generation of children. I find even hearing about it and reading about it so repugnant and so destructive to children.
Trans members of this family all love each other so proudly, and they all...
Bringing drag performers together with little kids is kind of a perfect relationship.
There are people whose gender might be a little bit of both or might even be neither.
And it's time that this stuff needs to end. We need men and women to step up and say, stop this nonsense.
Now, you heard the perfect example of this. Oh, yeah, all right, let's turn down this mic. Yeah, you heard that example, isn't it? You see it? Did you see the children thing where they've got it? They got all the little rainbows and attracting the children into their bangarang. I tell you, people, and I better know this. You know what I mean? You lot better know this. This is a serious thing what's going on in today's society. Backed by the mainstream media. Because if you talk anything against it, they want to cancel you. Cancel. Yeah? If you talk about these things there amongst I&I community or fans of people who's in I&I community, yeah? They look on me like I'm a troublemaker. But no, sir. I haven't got no loyalty to you if you're there worshipping man or worshipping woman or whoever it is. That's your business. If the truth is looking too hard for you, then boy, I'm in a business about that neither. Because this is the real talk where me have my opinion on news, what is out there and what I see coming towards I and I people. So this is the time and where I've got a voice where I'll voice up about that. Yeah? Listen to that whole man there. Yeah? Who lived as a woman and then try to come back as a man. But you see, if you chop off your thing, it can't grow back. That means you not serve no purpose again now. What a kusha warrior. Me I tell you. Anyway, take on the rest of this.
Born and raised in Los Angeles, California. You know, my upbringing was pretty much a typical California upbringing in Los Angeles in the early 40s. It wasn't really anything remarkable. At least not until my dad began to take me over and drop me off at my grandma's house. Grandma was a seamstress and made dresses. And I became very curious about her work, and my curiosity led to her making me a purple chiffon dress that she made just to fit my perfect little 4-year-old body. You know, at first it felt really exciting to have somebody telling me how wonderful and cute I was. But what I didn't realize was happening is the second Grandma began to tell me how cute I looked in that purple dress, what she was really saying was that there was something radically wrong with the little boy that I really was. And so that begins this sort of creepy kind of psychological and emotional destruction that starts with inside a young boy, 4 years old, who doesn't know what the consequences are going to be about putting on a dress at 4 years old, and keeping it a secret from my parents for nearly 2 years, until I became so accustomed to wearing that purple dress that I decided to take the dress home so that I could put it on when my parents weren't watching or when I was alone, and I could sort of listen and hear those affirmations. I became sort of addicted to the affirmations and hearing her say how cute I was. So I had...
Now, even with that, you see, in my opinion, you see now the parents, them workless, yeah? Because every youth goes through that putting on this and putting on that, but it's the guidance of the parent to say, well, no, the girls them wear dress, you know, see it, you know, put on this or put on that, or, you know what I mean? You guide the children, yeah? You gotta sit down there and make them go and do all them things there now. 4 years old, he's putting on a dress and they're all looking around. Oh, that's really cute. Listen, man. What's he talking about? You see? This is part of the thing. That's why people always come off with this foolishness and then they don't look into their self. Yeah? Enough of these problems is created by oneself. You're taking society, you're trusting of these society and of these people there. You take your children to go to school to go learn about LGBT when I don't teach them that in my yard. No, sir. No, sir. It's unacceptable. Anyway, listen to this something you're going to talk up.
Found it in my bottom dresser drawer. And she said, well, where did you get this dress? And I said, well, Grandma made it. And that just blew the house up. My dad was upset. My mom was upset. It was supposed to be a secret. I broke the secret. And as a result of that, I could not go back to Grandma's house without my mom or dad being with me. Dad didn't know what to do. His mother-in-law had just been cross-dressing his young boy. He was so angry at my grandmother that he took his anger out in his discipline on me, and he started hitting me with a hardwood floor plank when I would do something wrong. Sometimes he was just being...
Now, you see, all of that, it sounds like a real bad story, but that is the parents, them do that to the youth. Yeah? Yeah? Him go him grandparents' house and she start cross-dress him. And them get upset. So before them tell off the grandmother, say, what you up to? Are you sit down there and want to dress the boy Pitney in a dress and all these things, then have it out? No, him take out the anger upon him, according to this man here, and take off and take plank of wood and a beat him out. Why? May I tell you, I've never taken a plank of wood to lick one of my youths. I tell you that. That's a madness. Yeah, may I tell you. But yet still, you know what? Like I'm going to say the moral of the story is, according to today's press, is black people who invent violence. Yeah, man, may I tell you? May I tell you? We invent violence and we them have to convince with this nonsense, you know. It's really strange how they have to come to us and get onto our narrative to push this narrative here. May I tell you straight, if you chop off your bits, it grow back.
Way too critical, but it was that what was built up in him because of what happened to me. He did not know what to do. If you can imagine in 1946, 47, there's no information about kids wearing dresses. But the next part of the equation was his adopted brother, Uncle Fred, heard about me wearing the purple dress, and Uncle Fred decided that I was fair game to be sexually abused. Uncle Fred was not playing with a full deck of cards, and he'd get drinking a little bit, and he would come looking for me, and he would molest me. The emotional and psychological issues that I had from Grandma affirming me, I didn't really realize the consequences of those for many years.
Now, there was an interesting fact, like what he said there. Now, do you know, it's quite an interesting fact. Most of the people, especially in our community, who decides to take up this kind of behaviors, yeah? Do you know a lot of them was abused from when they were young? Yeah, man. A lot of them was abused when they were young, and then don't take up. Society's not looking at the abuser and this and that. They might go sit down there and making provisions for this kind of behavior, which, quite frankly, isn't the right way to be going. You see what I'm saying? Straight up, man. You know? But you see, there's a link between that. Just like how the society wants to say, oh, if you smoke weed, it's the gateway drugs to go and take in hard drugs. Yeah, whatever. We've heard it for so long, and it's nothing don't go like that. You know what I mean? It's proven time and time again. Nothing don't go like that. Stop lying to the people. These are the real things what happen. People who's being abused turn out to be this way here now. And all you're doing as a society is making provisions for this instead of looking at the problem of who's abusing people to make them want to think like this in the first place. Anyway, make him talk on.
The hardwood floor plank obviously was very devastating. And then the sexual abuse was sort of the cherry on top of the cake. I was a broken child before I was 10 years old. You know, I decided that maybe I should have been a girl. Not realizing that what I was trying to do was escape the abuse, not actually change who I was. But it resulted in me going through this process for many years of cross-dressing, going out in public as a female. And so I went through this with, even in my first marriage. I had 2 children. I was an executive for American Honda Motor Company. I worked on the Apollo space missions as an associate design engineer. But that purple dress, the hardwood...
Now, yeah, sorry to cut it again, but I'm going to talk again. Now, imagine you're a child of somebody who's doing all of this business here, yeah? And then, like how he just said, he's married, yeah, and had 2 children. And then you go find out, say, your pups, I moved them kind of weird there. and then you got to go to school. And in this age and day and age of social media and this and that, that just gone global one time. How's your education gonna be? How is your schooling gonna be? That's gonna trouble you. That's gonna affect you. It's gonna affect generations to come because of this business here. The shame of it alone. I'm telling you. And it all stems back to what? The abuse, what he had from he's a child. Look at that. He was broken before he was 10 years old. Yeah, that's today's society. So if we're not minding our children, that's what would happen.
Floor plank and the sexual abuse was about to take everything away. Then the next critical step was struggling with my identity. I went to a gender specialist in San Francisco who promptly identified me with gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder and promptly told me that I needed hormones and surgery. That was the treatment that he was prescribing to help me end the cycle of the stress I was having about my gender because of what happened to me as a young child.
That was the trap.
His name is Dr. Paul Walker. Dr. Paul Walker was a homosexual transgender activist. He felt his job was to do like they're doing today, is to introduce people to hormones and surgery as a process of treatment. Now keep in mind, Dr. Paul Walker was not just your average therapist. Dr. Paul Walker was the author, the primary chairperson and author of the Harry Benjamin International Standards of Care, the very same standards of care that's being used today that's called WPATH Standards of Care. His agenda was pushing transgenderism, pushing surgery, and pushing hormones recklessly and really damaging someone's life like mine. I had kind of a devastating run of events. When I was struggling with alcoholism and drug addiction, I went into a treatment facility as Laura Jensen and came out the other side, and I went through a 2.5 or 3 hour therapy session with my psychologist. And during that day, I went through all of the things that had happened, the sexual abuse, the emotional abuse, the wrong idea about going through this procedure, all the things I'd done wrong, the destruction I did to my children and my ex-wife. And I wrote everything down after speaking about these issues, and he put a match to those yellow line paper and in the parking lot, and those papers began to burn, and the wind gently picked up the flame, and the papers were burned up. And it was sort of that cathartic moment where you realized, okay, all of that stuff now is lifted off of my shoulders. And he said, let's go back into my office and let's pray. Well, I'll be honest with you, this guy prays a lot, and he prays for a long time. And I did not want to go back in and pray with this guy because I figured I'd be there for like an hour praying. And as he prayed, I kept hearing him, and I kept thinking, is he going to end? And then there was a point in time when I couldn't hear him praying anymore. And miraculously, what I saw at that moment that I couldn't hear his voice was I saw the Lord Jesus Christ actually descending toward me with his arms stretched out. And I looked in front of me, and I saw that he was reaching toward a little baby. And I looked at the baby, and I go, that baby is me. The Lord is coming to claim me. And he turned to me and said, your life will be safe with me forever. And the Lord disappeared. I realized that
Yo, that sounded a bit deep there. But I tell you what, all will go on, but if the Lord disappear, your life safe with me. Him couldn't give him back in bits where him chop off for him. Woy, all of them things there, you go get con. Yeah, so then can't, we are going to come talk about the Lord, come and say your life safe with me. Yeah? Mm-hmm. What? Yeah. I'm playing with things. Yo, me I tell you. Yeah, it's no joke, you know. Take a listen to this man, yeah. This is the leader of the free world talking about these foolishness, yeah. You can't even make this shit up, I tell you. You cannot make this shit up. No time at all, I tell you. This other man, you know, he was behind Obama at the time when they make same-sex marriage legal in them place. And listen how him a talk now. Hear this.
Real woman. You have no womb, you have no ovaries, you have no eggs. You're a homosexual man twisted by drugs and surgery into a crude mockery of nature's perfection. All the validation you get is two-faced and half-hearted. Behind your back, people mock you. Your parents are disgusted and ashamed of you. Your friends laugh at your ghoulish appearance behind closed doors. Men are utterly repulsed by you. Thousands of years of evolution have allowed men to sniff out frauds with incredible efficiency. Even trannies who pass look uncanny and unnatural to a man.
Wasn't this the same man who was promoting it the other day? Yeah, I tell you, him did I promote it well there, you know. Listen how he must slam them now. So imagine if you did listen him first time and go chop off your bits now. You would have said, bro, look here. The man going to laugh after me go get this snip. And it can't grow back from you get it snip, you know. My gosh.
Your bone structure is a dead giveaway. And even if you manage to get a drunk guy home with you, he'll turn tail and bolt the second he gets a whiff of your diseased, infected axe wound. You will never be happy. You wrench out a fake smile every single morning and tell yourself it's going to be okay. But deep inside you feel the depression creeping up like a weed, ready to crush you under the unbearable weight. Eventually it'll be too much to bear. You'll buy a rope, tie a noose, put it around your neck and plunge into the cold abyss. Your parents will find you, heartbroken but relieved that they no longer have to live with the unbearable shame and disappointment.
You heard it here. You hear what him say?
Name. And every passerby for the rest of eternity will know a man is buried there. Your body will decay and go back to the dust. And all that will remain of your legacy is a skeleton that is unmistakably male. This is your fate. This is what you chose. There's no turning back.
Yo, you can't even make this business up.
What happened is people use their mobile phone.
You know, the man deal with the thing. We have to laugh. Yes, people, we have to laugh out loud. I ain't even playing with you. That is a madness in itself. You know, that was the leader of the free world. So you know, say the world not free him, did I can you? See, how much more cons are out there? That's the question you have to ask. You know, see, my gosh. Yo, he just told you it played it straight. Hey, time's funny. You know, say, I have to put a little light on it still. So me have one little clip, yeah, a brethren said me, yeah, and me I tell you
real woman.
Hold on. And me I feel laugh.
So that's
it funny, bad. It funny, bad. Yeah? So I want the people then for taking this a clip, you see? I got it on my WhatsApp here, hold on. I'm just going to bring it over there and share the screen with you a bit and then make you see this together. Yeah, it made me chuckle. Yeah, excuse the dialogue. Hold on. It's in a strict Jamaican dialogue scene, so it's quite funny to me. So if you're familiar with the Jamaican language, yeah, you might find this funny. But me I play it because let's have some light on this thing here because it's truly crazy. This one view narrative what they're pushing on people. Yeah. Well, anyway, take a look at this cartoon here.
So what do you think? Internet I book up on this book where mark Gay BC. You mean ABC, my father? No. Gay BC. Like a gay version of ABC. So you have a batty version of ABC. Where do you go? I joke, I make. No. Read out to my letter, they're very interesting. B is for boy. You can shout it out loud. I like boys, I like girls, and that makes me proud. No, sir, I must want adult book this because big people don't need tutorial over me. If you like batty and them thing there, no, sir, I joke this. No, sir. I for kids. C is for coming out. You are ready to share what you feel deep inside. It's okay to be scared. Dog, I joke think this, dog. What is? D of a drag. You can strut and dance in clothes that you love. Dresses, heels, and pants. For what? Dog. Once and once just burn up that book there. What about to youth, Maya? Well, no, G is for gay. It's a word that implies you are a girl who likes girls or a guy that like guys. Blood glad. This a come like it's a batty 101 my dead. What one my dead? Hold on, I get deeper. T is for trans. It is a brave step to take to live as the gender you know is innate. Jesus Christ, me tell you now. Hold on before me like that, okay? So I tell them, say, them I tell you, them say it's okay if you cut off them penis and turn them vagina. Because you see when, what you know, you say if a big man or a big woman want to do this, when them adults have adult mind and adult thinking, it's okay. But if you put this in it towards the kids, them, you confuse the mind when not even develop it, you know. Yo, this not right, you know. I know Ella feel lesbian, no? That young one, see. I know a couple lesbian friends, we like them. But what I say, that is an adult choice, right? But no, non-binary. The gender binary doesn't apply to who you are, how you feel, and how you identify. So if you identify as anything, you don't say anything. What I can't believe. Right now, I can't tell the parents, you see them tablet and then sit there pick their Valentine, you go through them thoroughly, yeah? That me I tell you. Guide you pick them, allow them to be kids, allow them to live them life, my father. Remember me tell you that, because them a book and them a show, them a cartoon, yeah? Just plan to contribute them from early, that is some boy, I tell you.
Yep. That is the plan. You see, them do it in a joke farm, but that's the plan. They might really look for pies and for we pitney them, you know. You know what I mean? It's serious. It's all about. Yeah. There was all the footage I was seeing. Excuse me. There was a footage I saw the other day on the Real Talk, you know. I look around, you know, as me look around and you come and look on enough podcasts and see what go on. You know what I mean? And there was a brethren who come up saying, I can't find it, it's quite a long thing, but he's a Christian brethren. And he must have said, yeah, you have to watch out for the YouTube Kids thing, because you know it's a separate app from YouTube itself, right? They got YouTube Kids. Yeah? And the first books them and the first movies what they are advertising to the kids is on transgender. Could you believe that? Yeah, straight at the youths them, straight to confuse them. It's a serious thing, you know. But me I warn you, young man, if you're having these tendencies and you're feeling like you're not in the right body and this and that, let me tell you, yeah, don't go and get surgery and make them pump you up with drugs in you and make you go chop off your manhood, because years down the line, yeah, you would go through it, you'll realize, yeah, that was a mistake. I'm telling you, yeah. Look, there was years ago, right? Let's go back years ago. Back in the day, you see, like in my community, enough people never had tattoos. I'm telling you, you'd be hard pressed to find a black man with tattoo. Yeah, or a black woman by that matter. Yeah, in our community, it wasn't so like that. There was 1 and 2 man who got drafted up as a squaddy, got a tattoo. That's the only people we knew had that. And then there was the rise of the hip-hop era in the 90s. And then you start see more black people walking these fashionable dogs now and tattoos on their neck and, you know what I mean? And boom, boom, boom. And looking like they're in gangs and all tatted out to the full. Now, you look at how a trend just takes over like that. Now, when I was in my child days, I would never have dreamt to see the day that everybody is nowadays has got a tattoo on them. Even though that's minor things still. But you don't know, so it's true how I grow to know, so them thing there's desecration of your body. But, yeah, each to their style of liberty. You see it? Even like with my children, them reach to a certain age before they make the choice by themselves as big girl and big woman for put on a tattoo upon them skin. Now that is what I'm saying. Now if a child reaches of the age where they can make these decisions to go and do that change, then fair enough, that's good. But what I am totally against is the pushing forward of this narrative in our schools to our children. Yeah? It's a disgrace. It's a no-no. Yeah? What are you trying to say? That the parents don't even have the right to teach their children the right knowledge now? It's only got to go with the narrative what you in society is pushing. Well, let me say, hello society, hello. Your narrative's not working. Look at the destruction it's causing. What fine example have you got? Look at the amount of countries you've invaded. Look at all of the destruction that you've left behind in history. And now you're not contented with all that destruction. Now when people are not into your narrative now and you want to get them into this narrative now. Well, no, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. You know what I mean? We have to watch demonic spells on the Grammy Awards. You know what I mean? We have to watch people who say that they're neither he or a she, they're a whatever. Affiliations with Cloud9 or whatever. Yet stop confusing the people. You see, I and I, you see Rastafari, we're not in that. You see, I people, yeah, who have a straight mind and still have an ounce of integrity left in them, they're not in that. Yeah, it's a no-no situation. Always will be. Yeah, there's no time for even bowing. What kind of rubbish is this? Yeah? I'll tell you. It's disgraceful. You know what I mean? It's disgraceful. Yeah, I'll tell you. All right, we've got about 4 minutes left. Let me see. 4 minutes left of it. Yeah. Hold on. Stop. That's not where I'm going to go there. Oh, yeah, we got about 4 minutes left. And you done know, so the whole business of this thing here is not good. You know what I mean? Gosh. Right. Now I'm going to show you a little clip, yeah? It's only going to be a little bit of it because time is going. But this basically is the youngest transgender child in the world. 60 minutes in Australia. You can check it out. I'm just going to show you a little bit of clips because we're going to be running out of time soon. You see me? So you don't know. So let me just run it over there. But yo, this thing's deep, you know, people.
It's a scene you'll encounter in any happy family home around the world.
Boys versus
Look at how they're selling it.
The race of a century. Go!
Brothers taking great delight in outdoing their sisters.
Okay, ready, set, go.
But in this family, there's a difference. The baby girl of the family, 8-year-old Jazz, was born a boy.
At first I thought, oh, how cute. You know, he wants to play with a doll. Who cares? You know, we're really open-minded. But when it...
You see that? That is just madness already. You know what I mean? It's really cute. It's craziness. You hear his age? I can remember my children playing with dollies. It don't make them like that. Oh my
It continued on month after month and like became year after year, and it became stronger. I knew, you know, this wasn't a phase. It's getting more intense.
Happy birthday. When Jazz's parents, Scott and Renee, had their 4th child, very early they were bewildered by the way their new son was behaving.
Such a good boy.
When a 2-year-old comes up to you and says, Mommy, when is the good fairy going to come with her magic wand and change my penis into a vagina? You're like, okay, this is not...
That's a lie. A 2-year-old ain't talking about penis and vagina. Anyway, I'm done talk. We're coming up to the end of this thing. Yeah, these people here make me mad, you see. Look for the workless woman there and she claims she's a mother. Yeah. Them people there shouldn't be allowed to give birth. What kind of rubbish is that? Yeah, a 2-year-old say, Mummy, when's the good fairy gonna turn my penis into a vagina? Yeah. Really? You're gonna really expect people with the same brain to believe that shit? Yo, people, it's enough for real talk today. We'll be back tomorrow with the UK production thing scene. We promote the thing scene. Blessed love for having a listen. And put your comments and thoughts in the comment section, scene. Loud up to all of my viewers and subscribers, scene. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, until such time, we out of here. Gregor Fabulous said that.
Okay, taddy ho, farewell. Do tune in again from your host, Gregory Fabulous, from the Dread UK.